Wilt doesn't count, bro. Everybody's chasing Wilt in all things. In all things, everybody's chasing Wilt. What was good last night for you?
Good. Keon Ellis was masterful against Dame. Like, Damian Lillard is one of the toughest players in the league to guard because he can shoot from anywhere. And Mike Brown said it in pregame. If you just like kind of blow on him, you get a foul call. Nothing. Like,
do you think Mike's going to get a fine for the preemptive ref call out? Can the league do that?
I think they can, and they might.
Because Mike talked about defending, and he's like, you have to watch out because if you touch him, if you even breathe on him, you're going to get a foul. Dang.
Well, look at the fouls. Look at the disparity in free throw attempts between the two teams. It wasn't even close.
I was watching right there with you. The good thing for me was Giannis. He didn't disappoint. I really enjoyed watching Giannis play last night. That was a fun experience.
Yeah, he's literally the Greek freak.
What was better?
Yeah, we're not doing good, bad, and ugly today.
Yeah, it's good, better, best.
It's good, better, best.
Yeah.
The defense holds the Bucks to 36.6% from the field, 17.9% from three. What is that?
Crazy. The Bucks pulled the Kings. I saved the message here from Will Z. WillZstats.com does a great job tracking the Kings via numbers and has some really, really good ones. The Bucks, he gave us this one. Bucks 3 of 18 on wide open threes last night. 3 of 18.
Oh,
that's not great, but the Kings defensively did such a nice job. Mike Brown mentioned this postgame, 21 deflections. They wound up with 11 steals. They forced 13 Bucks turnovers. The Kings defense last night for me was awesome. What was the best?
Well, first, I need Will to tell me how many of those wide open threes were to hot guys.
Yeah,
that's the question.
I don't know, James. I don't want to hear that.
That's the question.
You want to hear about sprays to hot guys?
I think the Kings play good defense. I think they've been playing better defense, being active. But I was watching before. Will Z read my mind. I'm watching the game. Wide open corner threes,
dude. I told
all night long.
Mentioned it during the game.
And it don't matter who's hot or not. These are NBA players. These are guys. I mean, Connaughton can hit threes. Beasley can hit threes.
Beasley's a good shooter.
They were right. They were there.
And
I don't think that had a whole lot to do with the Kings' defense. That's not even me saying they play bad defense, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Like, I think a lot of time people see that and be like, the Kings held them to this and that from the 3-point line. No, they didn't. And on the flip side, the Kings can play really good defense and have a hand in Devin Vassell's face.
Sure.
And he splashes a three, with Keegan Murray draped all over him. Like, but that's not bad defense, right? Like, but people will look at that and be like, oh, the Spurs hit 13
process
threes.
versus result.
They played bad defense. No, they didn't play bad defense.
No, it's process versus result. And we're going to pull the plug on the rest of this bit. It's a handoff with Kenny Caraway.
Yeah.
That was the thing. One of the things I said to James last night, I was like, man, they're getting a lot of open looks. And they just never knocked him down. And sometimes that happens. The thing for me that I thought there were some things that Kings did really well defensively last night, for sure. It wasn't a perfect defensive game because you mentioned 18 wide open looks. And if they hit 7 of those, the game looks a lot different, right? But 21 deflections. I thought great. Keon was awesome on Dame Lillard and limiting him.
Right.
Dame didn't just miss shots. They made it really, really tough for him.
Yeah.
The other thing I think you have to credit the Kings with is not letting Milwaukee hang around while they were missing their threes. They went out and Milwaukee was missing, and the Kings were going down and making their shots, 3 layup or otherwise. So that to me, De'Aaron talked about it after the game. Sometimes you got to get lucky. And sometimes you're going to shoot 6 for 32, and sometimes the opponent's going to shoot 7 for 39.
Yeah.
But I think overall last night, I think it was a better defensive effort.
I think it was a good. I say all that saying I think, like what you brought up, James brought up, Coach Brown brought up, the deflections, the activity on the defensive end, I thought was great. The thing about it is, I think the Kings have been playing that type of defense as of late. You know what I mean? And I don't think they necessarily get the credit because of defensive rating and points per game and all this other stuff. But I really, since the All-Star break, since there was an emphasis on, defending the three and stuff like that, I've seen them more active at trying to defend the three, trying to keep guys in front of them. And the numbers may not necessarily give them the credit they deserve for that, but I see more activity. And we saw that firsthand yesterday with the deflections and playing in the passing lanes and things of that nature. And that's what I've been seeing from them as of late.
The difference to me last night was it was all game. They never let their foot off the gas on that end. We've seen stretches of really good defense, and then they just stop playing it. They start giving up a ton of pain points. They start giving up open threes. They start giving up sprays to hot guys. And
I got to be honest. Like watching the game last night, I remember Brook Lopez hitting 1 3 that was like, okay, that's not good. I don't remember him hitting being open for a bunch of threes. He goes 1 of 4. I remember Damian Lillard being like draped on, like he couldn't get away from anyone. He goes 1 of 6. Giannis, you go ahead and shoot a 3. He goes 0 for 2. That's fine. Pat Bev, go ahead and shoot a 3. He goes 0 for 3. So that's 0 for 5 between those two. And then if you look at the guys that I thought were hotly contested, Brook Lopez and Dame Lillard, they go 2 for 10. So like if we add those up, 2 for 15 right there, that's where your big swing comes. Like, did Beasley get a couple open looks? Sure. Did Connaughton get a couple open looks? Yeah. Did who's the other AJ Green? He goes 1 of 6 from the field.
AJ Green I was thinking of.
No, me neither.
No.
I was like, AJ Green. Oh.
What did you think of that Andre Jackson dunk?
That was an all timer.
That was wild.
That was
Wasn't
an
it?
all timer, man.
I've never seen somebody jump that
insane. That was insane. I was trying to figure, like, did he catapult over Slauson or anything? Not really. Like, Slauson just kind of was in his way, but he got up that high on his own. It looked like that was crazy.
That was wild.
His chest was out.
That was crazy.
And it was a putback.
Yeah.
Like, how do you time that?
You know what's
that was wild.
You know what's wild about NBA players? And I've said this to you before, James, in pregame. You watch Harrison Barnes in pregame. Does not miss. Doesn't matter if he's fading left, fading right, turnaround. He is cashing everything. It's like, man, you don't get a real good respect for how good NBA players are until you watch them on air.
Yeah.
Versus watching just some yokels down at the Y on air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you see a guy, what's his name? Austin Jackson?
Andre Jackson.
Austin Jackson, a center fielder for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yes. Andre Jackson, you watch him get up like that and you're going, that guy doesn't play all the time. How is that not the best player in the league?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That type of athleticism is like, yeah, he's going to play 6 minutes in a blowout.
And
Watching
the most
dude.
memorable
Athletes
6
are
minutes.
superheroes.
Watching Harrison Barnes, warm up before the games and not miss anything. It's almost like me.
Oh no.
Ain't no oh no.
Hey, Jesse, get
ain't
your
no
guy.
oh no. Which y'all want to see it? Y'all don't believe me?
Oh no,
Please,
I see the
please,
Instagram videos. I see the Instagram videos
That's hilarious.
in your backyard.
Doug
Don't
is always
miss.
defending Harrison, like in pregame, and he does a bunch of like swipe over the top, like like he messes with him the whole time.
I'm having a little fun with them. Those guys are crazy. Those guys are insane.
Wild.
I mean, Brook Lopez like did not miss anything.
I have a question, real quick. Honestly, like not doing a bit. Honestly, if you were to be given King's warm up gear, like actual like authentic gear, and you went out and you started warming up, how long do you think it would take people to realize, if people were like watching and paying attention, to realize that you aren't a professional basketball player?
A little while. I ain't gonna lie. A little while. Now, look, when I say that, it's warm up. There's nobody guarding me. Stuff like I'm not saying I could play in the NBA
maybe
today.
Doing the passive.
I'm not saying I could play for the Kings today. I'm just saying like catch and shoot, doing all this other stuff. Like I'll make
people are like, oh, it might be a little
5% of the shots catch and shoot. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love to do that as a bit. I would love to dress
Make it
Kenny up.
happen.
Well, no, because he'd get arrested.
No. Like get
No,
people
they're in
on
on
it.
it. They're in on it. Yeah,
But not while not while De'Aaron and them are out there, but like when the two-way guys come out pregame.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
And they're warming up. I don't think in that situation anybody, because genuinely, like I know that you played and you're good. Especially for somebody who's 43, 44 now.
I'm 40.
That's
I'm
age.
not that old yet. I'm looking a little older, but not that old
I was
yet.
trying to do a joke. That's my bad. No, but especially like I don't think in that setting
Yeah.
where it's the two-way guys.
Well, what would happen is when you got to start doing stuff like attacking the basket and jump and stuff like that, they're like, that guy doesn't jump high at all.
They'd be on to you.
That's when the questions will start.
15 feet and out though, they got no idea.
That guy barely gets off the ground.
That's right.
What's going on here?
What do you guys got coming up today on D-Lo and Casey?
Kings. And it's a big game. It's a big game.
Tonight's huge, dude.
I said this week is a big week. This week, in my opinion, will go a long way into determining what the final outcome for the Kings season will be. I really believe that.
Drake Bar's game?
They've been asking for it. I don't know. We'll see.
The people are clamoring for it.
We'll see.
They're in the chatty house today.
They're
Yeah,
clamoring. They're
man.
clamoring.
We'll see. We'll see what it is, man.
All right. We'll find out on D-Lo and Casey next on ESPN 1320.